The path of self-reliance. In a small village nestled between rolling hills and thick forests, lived a young man named Arav. From the day he was born, Arav was surrounded by people who offered him comfort, guidance, and solutions. His parents doted on him, his friends helped him with every little problem, and even the elders of the village always offered advice before he could think for himself. As a child, this support made Arav feel safe. But as he grew older, something inside him began to stir, a desire for independence, a longing to carve his own path, to be the master of his destiny. He felt a weight each time he turned to others for help, an unspoken truth that he wasn't really living his life, just moving through it with borrowed strength. One day, a traveler passed through the village. He was an older man with a weathered face, his clothes tattered from countless journeys across unknown lands. But there was something about him, a quiet confidence, a self-assuredness that seemed to come not from wealth or power, but from within. Arav watched the traveler with curiosity, and as he prepared to leave, Arav approached him. "Sir," Arav said, "how do you find such peace within yourself, without relying on anyone?" The traveler smiled. "The only person you can truly depend on is yourself, boy. Others will come and go, but you will always have your own strength, your own heart, your own mind. Do not fear being alone with your thoughts, embrace it." That night, Arav lay awake, the traveler's words circling in his mind. He had always depended on others, but what would life be like if he didn't? If he stood on his own 2 feet and faced the world without waiting for a hand to guide him? The next morning, Arav made a decision. He would stop asking for help. He would face his problems head-on, whether big or small, and trust in his own ability to find solutions. At first, it was terrifying. He stumbled, made mistakes, and often felt the pull to return to the familiar comfort of leaning on others. But with each passing day, Arav grew stronger. He learned to sharpen his mind, to think critically and solve problems. When he felt lost, instead of seeking advice, he would sit with the uncertainty until clarity emerged. He felt more in control, more aware of his own capabilities. Months turned into years, and Arav transformed into a man who no longer feared the unknown. His confidence radiated from him, and he became a figure of inspiration for others in the village. They came to him not because they wanted to offer help, but because they admired his resilience and independence. Arav had stopped depending on others, not out of pride, but out of a deep understanding that he could trust in himself. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, the same traveler returned to the village. He found Arav, now older, sitting by the riverbank, gazing at the sunset. "I see you have learned the lesson," the traveler said. Arav smiled. "I have. I no longer fear walking my own path. I no longer doubt my strength." The traveler nodded approvingly. "Remember this always, self-reliance is not about isolation. It is about knowing that, no matter what happens, you have everything you need within you." Arav watched as the traveler disappeared into the distance, the setting sun casting a warm glow over the horizon. In his heart, Arav knew he had found something far more valuable than any external help. He had found himself. And that, he realized, was the most beautiful freedom of all.